Hello, everybody. Everybody, hello. It's Scott Williamson here. This time, I'm going to be introducing my man Dupree Koual, who is an actor, an entertainer, has been doing a lot of big things internationally with his talents. And I'm really proud to introduce you. It's kind of like my first time to really have a formal introduction. So this will be really exciting. We'll learn about that. And me and Dupree, we're going to be working on stuff in the future. He'll probably be a
Yeah,
regular guest here at some point. So let me bring my man on. How you doing, Dupree?
how about you, Fred?
I'm
Scott?
hanging in there, brother. I'm hanging in there,
Cool,
man.
cool.
So what's good with you? What's going on today with you, sir?
Uh, the day is pretty cold. It's a little cold here this time because it's a rainy season. There's no snow, but it's very cold. Like the temperature is down for like 26 degrees, 26, 23 degrees. Basically, we live on the temperature of 31, 33, 34,
Mm.
sometimes up to 7 degrees. The day is cold, huh?
Well, you know what? I'm in Florida here in the U.S. and it's like in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
hundreds. It's like 90 to 100 and something degrees and really humid and overbearing right now. So it's probably a different world, a different planet where you're at.
Yeah.
Yeah, most likely. And then, because it's the summer, we're going through a big heat wave, as you probably know. Even Europe is having
Mm.
a really big heat wave, and
Yeah,
it's just
yeah, they're actually
crazy.
suffering from heat this summertime. It's very high. The
Yeah.
summertime is very high. Yeah, it's
So
all
you
over the
have,
news.
yeah, exactly, man, exactly. So tell us about Cameroon. I've never been. Um,
Okay,
my ex-wife
Cameroon is
is from Kenya. I know a little bit about Kenya and a little bit about
yeah.
Nigeria and different places in West Africa and East Africa. But how is
Mm.
Cameroon? Tell me a little bit about that world.
Cameroon is called. Cameroon is a country of West Central Africa, neighboring Nigeria and Nigeria, Congo, Guinea Equatorial, and Chad. Cameroon is what they call Africa in Asia because we have everything that you can find in different country in Cameroon. The demography, the geography, the ecosystem, you have everything in Cameroon. From the north, you have the desert that you can find to other countries. From the south, you have those beautiful beach. You have beach in city like Limbe, city like Kribi, city like Manoka, and then you have Douala, the big city, the city where the kind of Los Angeles or New York, where everything is fast, where is economic capital, where everything goes fast. Cameroon is a pretty good country though.
Hmm.
You have good food here, you have all kind of food here, and you have beautiful women too.
I
Yeah,
bet. I bet
yeah.
that's for sure.
We speak English and French, and then we have 203 dialect vernacular. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Tribal languages. What tribe are you from?
Yeah, me, I'm a little bit in the northwest side, northwest and the west side, because they are
Now,
both region. I'm in between the two. Yeah,
mm, gotcha. And how is the relations within tribes in Cameroon? How are those relations?
yeah. Relation with tribes sometimes goes very good, sometimes goes bad. It's just like when you're in the marriage, you know. Couple
Mm-hmm.
always have their bad moment and their good moment. Like actually, there's been more than 4 years. Like there are crisis in Anglophone zone, the side where I'm from. It's more than 6 years that they have some people want to get separate from Cameroon because initially there were two Cameroon, the Anglophone Cameroon, the British Cameroon, and the Cameroon. You know, we have been colonized by two people, two European countries, which is
Hmm.
United Kingdom and then France. France.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So did you guys when did you win your independence and from
The
Cameroon?
independence was in 1961.
Hmm.
1961.
Yeah, that seems to be when a lot of African countries won their independence from Britain. I know
Yeah,
it's like
yeah, a lot. Yeah, Yeah, I think in both Kenya and Nigeria, maybe Nigeria is 1960. Most of African countries got their independence from 1959 to 1961.
Mm-hmm.
Apart Ethiopia, who have never been colonials, who were free. Ethiopia and then, Liberia, which is a country created by Afro-American. After the
Mm-hmm.
slavery, most of the people have been deported. Land in
Mm-hmm.
country like Sierra Leone and Liberia, they create those countries.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the countries who have never been in
Gotcha.
colonization.
And how is the economy, like the entrepreneurship, the business community in Cameroon? Is it good, or is
Yeah,
it kind of hard, or?
it's not that good. It's not that good because most of African countries don't have economic independence. They are just independent on the paper. But for example, Cameroon till now the money from Cameroon is coming from France, printed in France. With that, you can't go that far. The taxes are so high, and you can't do anything when taxes are high. It's very difficult to raise a capital in the country when you have to pay a, a tax on the plus value, which is 20%, and then you have to pay a normal tax again. It's very difficult.
Yeah, like my family that are from Kenya,
Yeah,
they said of all the places that they've done business, doing business in America has been the easiest. Like even in Europe, trying to do businesses in Europe is even hard. It like in Kenya, it takes a couple years just to get your business established legally. Here in
yeah,
America,
yeah,
you can
yeah.
do it in an hour online. You can go online and set your LLC up in a couple hours.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah, that's some of the longest long procedure when you're trying to get incorporate your company. We ask you this and that, and things doesn't go fast.
yep.
That's what slow the economy down.
Yes, and then in order to kind of try to cut through the red tape, my uncle Mwangi, he tells me, you've got to bribe certain officials
Yeah,
just to get papers pushed through, so it costs so
a,
much money.
a lot. Yeah, a lot, a lot, a lot. If even you're not someone who used to living in Africa, definitely you have to get used to it because it's not easy to access what you want
Yeah.
legally. People will always make you go on the wrong way. You're going to go under the table. It's the fact. It's
Hmm.
evident. You understand? It's all
Yep.
over the world, but in some country in Africa, it's very, very bad.
Yes. Yeah, it's like that sort of environment just breeds corruption and breeds just essentially it's kind of like poverty because no one because you
Mm.
depend on entrepreneurship to make your
Yeah,
daily money. And
it's so
it's so hard.
difficult.
Like
Yeah,
I know in Kenya, there's people on the street that are hustling cars all day long in the hot sun just to make it. But these same
yeah,
people have so much education. They have degrees in medical
yeah.
and different things, but they can never use their degrees because they're trying to survive each and every day just to put money, put food
Yeah,
on
of
the
course.
table.
Because at the end, the education here in school will not save you for nothing.
Hmm.
You go and you study geography when you go on the field. What are you going to do with geography? Nothing.
Yeah.
I think Africa need more investment in the kind of the education technology like
Hmm.
ICT and other things. I think that's what will bring Africa up.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Just having that
Mm.
environment that'll breed that kind of business. Now, you have many businesses, things that you do. Um,
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your business ventures and the things that you're involved in.
Yeah. Okay. I do international digital distribution. I'm a partnership with a company based in the US, Australia, UK, and Canada, which is called Blue Pie. So I'm one of their sub label. My label is Real Touch Record. You can go and tap www.realtouchrecord, and then you will find everything about the distribution label. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's been like 5 years I've been doing that, and we incorporated the company finally in Cameroon last year because it's not easy. The government tried to come with a system that make it easier for people to incorporate the company now. Apart that, I'm an actor. And acting in Africa is very difficult because the package, what comes in your pocket is basically nothing, and then you don't have those copyright company to get royalties after. Yeah.
Yeah. And so,
So I've been in the past. I've been a radio manager. I've been a radio disc jockey. I've been a TV presenter.
wow.
Yeah.
Cool. And you have connections in the States, obviously. How
Of
did you
course, of
form
course.
those? Yeah, how did you form those relationships?
A part of my company, which is Real Touch, work on talent management. So we work with different people of different field, like actor, artist, spotter. We
Hmm.
represent them. We try to build a brand. We're doing what is called BDC, Business Development Company, because an artist, an actor, an artist is a brand. It's the kind of company you need to invest into and develop it. So that's how we easily get in touch with many people all over the world. Yeah. I
Hmm.
was based in the UK back 3 years ago. This is going to be 3 years like I'm back in Africa. It
Hmm.
wasn't easy over there too, but we have to build. We have to build.
Right. And
Mm.
I've seen a lot of your work. I've seen like your because you do acting,
Yeah.
directing, and looking at your work. It's some really good, high quality movies
Thank
that
you.
I
Thank.
enjoy. Like the Run um,
Yeah.
video. It's kind of like a short movie. Um,
Yeah.
I wanted to try to pull it up here at some point so we can kind of look at it for our audience. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Of course.
really good. You're really good natural at acting. I mean, that's the number
Thank
one
you.
thing that kind of came off to me because like even talking to you now, right?
Yeah.
Um, you are a totally different person than say the guy that I met in the movie, which speaks to your
Yeah.
acting ability. You're really good at
Yeah.
playing those
Thank you.
characters. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
My story with movie actually is it's kind of like a fairy tale. When I
Like a
was
fairy
still a
tale.
little boy, I used to watch. I used to go in cinema. Yeah, used to go in cinema with my big brother, my late big brother. He was a musician and an actor too.
Uh-huh.
We used to go watch Indian movie and Chinese movie.
Yeah.
So growing up, we all wanted to fight like Chinese or to
Yeah.
sing and dance like India. Those movies. Hollywood have conquered the world. And then after my graduation, I went to India. I get in the same school, and it's crazy because the same school has the same name like NYFA. The same university is NYFA, but it's differently. That one is based in India. It's the same name like the one in New York. So I started my tuition and I couldn't finish 1 year because my mom had some difficulty finance. I have to step out of the school. I was trying to work out, to work some money aside and do the school. I couldn't succeed, so I just went down in Kenya to see my
Hmm.
brother. Then after I came back in Cameroon in 2005, then I started working in the radio. After the radio, and the first classes I got was online classes with the New York Film Academy. Then
Hmm.
after I went to the Renders Film Academy of London, I got all my skills. So and today I'm ready for the world. The
There
world
you
have
go,
to see
man.
what I'm able to do. Yeah.
Man, you are a natural, boy. I tell you, man.
Thanks, man.
Matter of fact, I want to go ahead and play for our audience what I'm talking about. Like, guys, you're introduced to Dupree. This is who he is now. Look at this character that he's playing in this movie, so you can get an idea of what we're
Yeah.
talking about. Check this out. This is really good stuff right here.
Avancez comme ça, là. C'est-toi là, comme ça. Don't talk about.
Baby, my heart is still forever. I'm thinking about how people fall in love in a mysterious way. Maybe just a touch of the hand. We are fall in love with you every single day.
Joue pour petits enfants gâtés avec moi. Je vais te couper les pieds. Si tu me donnes pas ton téléphone.
Place your hand on my beat heart. Thinking out loud. Maybe we found love where we are.
Qui ce téléphone?
When my head was gone and the memory faded. And the crowds don't remember.
Fuck!
When my eyes everything speaks the same way. I know you will still love me the same. 'Cause honey, your soul could never grow old, it's evergreen. Baby, you're forever in my mind and memory.
Tu n'as aucune idée de ce que je suis capable de faire.
Je t'ai dit que je n'ai pas de téléphone.
Yeah, the movies, the intensity, all of that is extremely well done.
Yeah.
Going on. It's a great little mini doc, and it switches up the language a little English, a little French.
Yeah. Like I told you, in Cameroon we speak both English and French. Me, I can act in English, in French, and Spanish, and there's some language, some vernacular.
Oh, yes, very interesting. Yeah, so. And also with the music, you're doing music too. You know, we're going to be working on some stuff together as well. I mean, you have such a diverse amount of talent and things that you can bring to the world. Tell us a little bit about your musical background as well, Dupree.
Yeah, like I was saying, I grew up with my big brother, and my big brother was a reggae musician. So I started listening to record when I was very young, and I fell in love with music. The first music I fell in love with was reggae music. I love reggae music like crazy. If each day I can listen for a reggae track, I'm okay, man. And then while growing up, by the age of 11 or 12, I started writing my first rhyme. Nobody told me how to do that. Like just say, man, I started writing my first rhyme. I started rapping, started taking the instrumental from the CD I was receiving from the US and using the beat, going in the studio. You know, in Africa back then, we have those kind of, it's called in French the discotheque. It's a kind of library where you can get in, and then you see a Venus, and then you can listen to music. They can play cassette. So I used to go there and I see the man who was running the place. I gave him a little tip. I say, open your microphone. He opened the microphone. The beats, the instrument, the cassette. I put it in the other side. Then I take another virgin cassette. I put to the other side. When I'm rapping, is recording. So that's how I used to rap, listen to myself. Then in 1996, when Cool You released, I think it's 1996, Cool You released Gangster Paradise. That's where I said, oh, this is what I want to do. It was crazy. As I walked through the valley of the shadow of death, I took a look in my life, realized there's nothing left. Man, that song with that guy singing, keep spending most of your life living the gangster paradise. I took the song. I was going to club. I was doing the lip syncing of the song. Every time I had a friend who was called Polo, and another one was called Fatat Prophet. Then after that, I create my first dancing group. Back then, we used to call ourselves the All for One.
All for One.
That time, yeah, All for One. That time, there were this kind of music, the techno, who was booming everywhere, and the group real to real come out with the song. I like to move it. You like to. That's the first song. We went on performance with it like dance, and we created a group. It was fantastic. People love it and all that. So then, a few years later, I created a hip hop group, rap. Then I started rapping solo artists like my name back then was X Cole, the Incognito who is called, and then I have another friend who was called Fatal. I show him how to write some rhymes. Then we founded a group together that we call it West A because we were in the west part of the country. Then there's this company, the British American Tobacco. It's called Bastos. The first hip hop competition in the country, nationwide. So we won it. I was already rapping in French, Spanish because I was doing Spanish at the school and English. So we won it. After then, I left the city. I went to the capital. I met another guy who was called. That guy was like the king in the country. It was mad. When the guy was on the stage, all the city were moving to come and see. But unfortunately for him, he was rapping only in French. Then someone introduced us together. When he listened to me, he was like, whoa, this is what I was looking since. We become friends like that. Then we went place to places, but we never featured together in one song. At his show, I was there. I have to do my part, he do his part. Everything was cool, though. Then back then in 2005, when I came back in Cameroon, like I was saying, after India and Kenya, I started recording, home studio, Fruity Loops, VST, all those plugins. In Africa, it's easy to have a software. Basically, we don't buy software like in the US.
Right.
We have demo and then we use crack. So a lot of people get use. You have new DJ coming up with beat. You have new rapper, new ladies singing R&B all over. Then it was beautiful. But the only problem was that the direction we didn't have people to direct us. That album that you see online on Spotify, I recorded that album in 2007 before traveling. And that album, I wanted to release it, and finally realized that the country wasn't ready for that type of hip hop. Of all success, all Cameroon songs, success, like you can find songs like Osita Palambola, who was one huge hit in Makossa back then when I was still little, by this artist Mibile. You have songs like Sikati, who was a huge hit of Thailand Dream Marie. So you have songs like that inside that album. That's why I call the album Remember the Time. But the population wasn't ready for something like that. That's why I gave up. And then in 2012, the album, we released the album on digital. That's the story, man. And since then, I recorded 2, 3, 4 songs. It's not I'm trying to get back in the music with a different, because now I think more international and always, yeah. So
I know in the States, you have artists over the years that have been incorporating just on the big major radio market, more really Afro beats and a certain sound, like they started playing with a lot of reggaeton back in the 2000s, which led directly into different African artists coming over and really blowing up big. You got Akon and different artists that came around at that time. And then even till today, Drake will incorporate a lot of those sounds, and of course the up-tempo dance music falls right into play with a lot of those kind of rhythms and beats and everything from West Africa. And that's what the people are into, something different, because you can only do trap music and drill music and that kind of stuff for so long before people start getting kind of tired of that. They want to hear even some of the older school music, like, is coming back to life, like the retro hip hop, like you were just mentioning, the 90s and 80s type of electro music and hip hop music has a subculture, subgenre that's always up and down. And so I think that we're just becoming more connected as a world.
Yeah, of course, because when you look at the journey of the Afro pop back in the years 2000 till now, it's huge. It's huge because I remember one of the first tracks from Nigeria who kicked the world, and everyone was a title of the group. The song was titled "Waiting Day." When you listen to Nas, you listen to that kick. Waiting day, waiting day, waiting day, waiting day. Hey, Agua is the same kick that American DJ used and put it on the song of Night. And it was no time, and that song was a bomb. With music, I think Africa is more connected with the world now. Movie and music.
Yes,
we are bringing something different, and I think the world deserves to listen to that. The world deserves to see those movies, because Africa have a back history that a lot of people doesn't know. Back out there, people are just talking about slavery. No, Africa didn't start with slavery. Before, we were king and prince, and we were king and queen. And the history is big, the culture is so big. There's a lot to teach and to show to the world. A lot. In each country in Africa, you will find different genre of music, different genre of fabric, different genre of food, different genre of clothing, a lot of things. Africa has a lot to offer.
Absolutely. So much culture. You can tell because there's like literally thousands and thousands of languages spoken all over the continent in different countries. It's the birthplace of humanity. So it's the cradle of humanity. It's where it all started. Like even the oldest languages, which were formed in sound and clicks and like those type of sounds, that was like the first language of humanity. So that all goes back.
Look, when you go in the country, like South Africa, you have 11 official languages. In one country, you have Soti, you have Xhosa, you have Zulu, you have African, you have this English. It's 11 languages in just one country, because their culture are too rich.
Yes, part of one of the things I do is study cultures in America, like especially Black culture in America. I have family that are Black Americans. I have family that are Africans, and I hear a lot of different stories from both sides. And I do my own research and look at things from a historical point of view, read books. And it's so obvious that it's a really sad thing that in America, Black Americans, primarily the slaves in the South, have lost their culture way back when, it was robbed of them way back in the old days, in the slavery days. And what they've done is they've adopted this subculture that's really a white culture. They call it a cracker culture. A certain way of speaking, certain foods that you eat, certain ways that you deal with conflict and just a lot of these negative sort of attributes that come from what they call cracker culture, which is really like Southern white people that were uneducated. They were hired as field hands to keep slaves in line and beat slaves, and they were very primitive minded people. And these people passed down their culture to Black people, literally. And then the Black people in America, especially in the South, are the only ones who kept on to this subculture. They're the ones who kept on to this way of speaking, this way of thinking, this way of being as a community, and it's really sad, and it's really translated into the urban ghettos in America, where this sort of culture continues to persist and evolve in its own, and it's nothing like the real African culture from where they actually came from. Their ancestors came from West Africa that had strong family values, strong work ethics, a lot of morals, a lot of spirituality. They lost all of these things because it was literally beaten out of them from white people.
Of course.
And so there's a big disconnect now. So when a lot of African Americans may not understand this history, and so when they see Africans come to America, they're different. They come here with a lot of culture, a lot of pride, a lot of just a different way of being people, very strong families. And Africans really move up quick in America as far as successful with businesses and things of that nature. Black Americans don't really move, especially the ones from urban ghettos, may not have that same opportunity or same outlook. And so they wonder, how is it that the African people, their skin just as Black as me, how are they able to move up? Why they move up? And so my theory is that it has hardly anything to do with your race, more than it has to do with your mental,
nothing. It's mental, like you said. When they separate you from your spirituality, you become weak. They direct you somewhere else where you have no attachment, you have no strong relation. You become weak. They can do whatever they want with you. There's a documentary on Netflix called Bigger Than Africa. I think you should watch that documentary. It's talking about the Yoruba culture. You can still find some Black people doing voodoo and being spiritual in South of America, in a place like Louisiana. There's a village there, the Yoruba village there. Even when you go in Colombia, in Cuba, in Brazil, and all that, it's very important for Africans to know where they're coming from and who they are. Because when you don't know who you are, you lost. A human being can only be strong if he's spiritually strong, and if he knows exactly who he is. And to know who you are, you have to go back to your root, because it's all about energy. It's all about energy. When you have bad energy, things cannot move. When you have good energy, everything falls at the good days, at the good moment. You understand?
Absolutely, positive energy. Having that connection to a positive energy, and you get that energy, you get that spirit from people around you. People that you associate with that are driven, that are doing things, and they're positive. Soak it in, soak that positive energy into your mind.
Like they say, there's a saying, tell me who are your friend and I will tell you who you are.
Yes. I heard that. That's a really good one. Really good saying that really kind of touches on what we were just talking about. In certain, at least here in the States, in certain neighborhoods and areas, you're surrounded by so much dysfunction from your family up, like so much sexual abuse, abuse from authorities, abuse from everyone. And how do you build from that? How can you really build a good foundation without that sort of and you have the black church, which is primarily Christian. So you have the black church is really strong in trying to uplift the community and things of that nature. But it seems that, this cycle of abuse and dysfunction still continues till today. And so I think it's like you said, a more personal, spiritual journey may be what's in order for a lot of people to really try to get in touch with that and associate with like-minded.
Exactly. Whatever we do, we have people who have been there before us, which is literally called in English ancestor. Our ancestors have built everything. When you look at the pyramid, you look at a lot of things built by them. You understand that the science and the medicine, everything do exist long before we come in this world. So what we have to do is to try to get connect with them. If we are not connect with them physically, we can still get connect with them spiritually. And to do that, you must know where you are, who you are, where you're coming from, which family are you coming from. Because all those churches today, for me, honestly, is driving African nowhere. You understand? It's not them. It's not their story. They've been beaten. They've been raped. They've been forced to believe in that, which is literally something built by the master colonizer.
Yep.
You understand?
Yep. Absolutely.
You might pray every day 100 times, but there's no connection.
No connection.
There's no connection. There's no real connection. Yeah, there's no real connection.
And it's more of a business, in my opinion. Like churches and religions are like a big business. They're trying to get money from people, so they feed on very desperate people that come to church looking for a miracle to help them. And they just say, while the pastor, he has the best insurance plans, the best cars, the best insurance for his car.
Everything.
Meanwhile, the people who go to church are covered in the blood of Jesus. That's their insurance,
And that's mad. I think our government, our leader are also part of that game, because for me, it's just a game. Using the depression of people to make money. That's it's criminal mind what they're doing in churches.
Yes.
It's criminal mind. Because those people, they will tell you, oh, they're going to sell liter of water to 2,000. 2,000 is like $5. It's like $4. The same water you buy out there to $1, you get in the church, they sell the water to you $4. They will tell you it's the only water, spiritual. What is spiritual? There is nothing. They're just luring people.
Yes.
Luring people.
Spiritual, for me, the term spiritual means to really go inward to yourself and into your lineages and to what's connecting you. Whereas in churches, you're just following what some man tells you, his experience.
Exactly.
You should believe in some other man's experience and some other man's teaching, and then give him money and give him these things. And it just doesn't seem real to me. It seems, in looking at the communities, I don't really see that dysfunction going away because of that church. It doesn't really help. In fact, I would argue that the churches want you to be desperate and in need, because that's how they get their power. They get their power by keeping you down and needing them. So it's even the same thing with a lot of politics in America. Like with certain political parties, they want to have you needing the government so they can get votes.
Politicians want slaves. They don't want smart people. When you are smart, they take you down. They want slave people that say left, they go left, right, they go right, front, they go front, back, they go front. That's the same thing church are doing with people in Africa.
I want to have you on I have another channel, and we talk about exactly those things, those sort of principles of conservative and spiritual principles for people and how they can better their lives as individuals. I think your story would be so valuable to share with my audience on that too. So if you don't mind, I'll probably invite you over to
That
be
would be
on that
great.
show too, if you don't mind.
That would be great.
Awesome. And again, in case you guys didn't know, if you like the content we have here, like and subscribe. There's always new content on this channel, so please like and subscribe. Also, too, we're gonna have more musical material coming out, introducing Dupree and my other partner Brandon. And next month we're gonna be releasing some music, and we're gonna have Dupree featured on one of the songs on that. So please be on the lookout. I will be putting up links and everything for everybody on this channel for that project specifically as well. So be on the lookout for it, guys. Again, we're talking to Dupree Koual, and he's an actor, entertainer, musician, entrepreneur, business-minded person, very spiritual-minded, very mature man that I have an honor to speaking to. And look, is there anything upcoming other than what we're working on that you would like to share with our audience at this point?
Yeah, okay. We have a movie coming up on the 5th of August. It's going to be broadcast in a city in the southwest region of the country. The city was called the title of the movie is Strip. I play a role inside. I'm an abstract artist, a painter. So it's about the story of a girl from a family who have been cursed. So that family, no girls there can get married because of the curse. In order to release it from her, she stripped herself in terms of living the rich people rude and going and living in the ghetto with some other people living like them, selling product like them and everything, trying to destroy the curse. So it's a pretty good movie. I hope we're gonna do another premiere in America. If everything works well, we can premiere in America too. Maybe this year or the end of or next year. We are working on it. And then after that, I'm actually also working on the project, a movie called Melinda. Melinda is going to be talking about the human trafficking because it's one of the cause in Africa, domestic violence and children labor. You see, for example, we are using a laptop now phone to communicate. All those is coming from mine. The main material for laptop, how they call it again, tin and columbide, is coming from Congo. In Congo, you have little children in the mine that are dying every day just because they have to feed themselves. Family have to feed them. So we need to talk about things like that. Like I was telling you, we in Africa we have a lot of story, and it's time to storyteller to take over and then let the world know what's happening here. We have beautiful story to tell, and then we can't do it without you because the world goes around. The rule is give and takes. If we produce movie, we don't have people to support. There won't be next movie. If we produce movie and we don't have a country to premiere it, there won't be a next movie. So everybody need anyone needs someone else. We need each other to make the world goes round.
Yes. And I know some people that may have some. Hopefully, I don't want to really promise. I know someone in California that is connected to the entertainment business, and she goes to like Cannes Film Festival sometimes, and was invited to those sort of events each year. So I've really been trying to talk to her about you.
Yeah.
And I'll see what I can do, and we'll connect on that level. And I definitely wanted her to see this interview so she can kind of understand who you are and what's going on. So I'll definitely see what we can do on that end, because I think you're such a great talent that you are an international actor, and you would be.
Thank you.
You'd fit right into, especially action. I can see you in action movies, horror movies. So many different roles you could play, man. And the fact that you're from Africa, that's just awesome. There's so many African actors in Hollywood that are just being picked because they're looking for that, ever since even before like the Marvel, the Black Panther movies before that came out, featuring different African actresses, actors. I mean, it's really been a trend in Hollywood,
The girl in the Black Panther, the chief of the soldier, is actually from Cameroon.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that we never met. Yeah, cool.
Yep. And the other girl, she was from Kenya.
Lupita Nyong'o.
Lupita, yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
I follow her since back. She played a soap opera called Sugar, produced by MTV in Kenya. She was playing the role of a girl who have HIV, and yeah, it was beautiful.
I think it was 9 Years a Slave. I think she was in that.
Yeah, 12 Years Slave. That's
12 Years a Slave. Yeah,
12 Years Slave. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good one, man. It was a good
one. So I'm telling you, man, you have a really good position out here waiting for you. It's just a matter of people knowing who you are and hearing you and seeing you and meeting you in person. And hopefully you can come to the States, and hopefully maybe because I know you've been working with my brother too. He's
with Sean.
Well. Yeah, Sean.
Sean, if you're looking at us, hope you're good, man.
Yeah. My brother's awesome, man. He's a great guy. He's really pitching in for you and trying to get you places and to do so many things. So between us, hopefully we'll find somewhere we can get you going, because that would be just an honor to be part of that.
Yeah, exactly. Sean is a great man and a good person. We work on the broadcast together. That's how we get to know each other. He's a good man. And he introduced me to you. See?
Yep.
It's open. It's quite open. It's someone special. I got him in my heart. It's someone good, man. And I hope we're definitely going to accomplish great things. We're on the road to the greatness. Nothing to stop us. We have the positive energy, the positive mind, the right people. We just need the right team, and then we kick off.
That's what it is. We're building this team. We got you. We got Carlos. We got Brandon. We're really building a team. And everything from all over, it's almost like an African connection, Cameroonian connection to America. And I know, like I said, we're gonna just see what we can do. I can't really make a lot of promises, but I'm there in your corner, man, to try to help out. That's why I'm on here and we're working and all of that. So man, I'm looking forward to the future. And I know my audience wants to see what's gonna come out of it. I've already been talking to people on chat even now while we're talking, like, oh wow, man, what you guys gonna be doing, blah 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 blah. So we got a lot of anticipation going on even now. So I'm looking forward to it, brother.
Looking forward, bro.
Yeah, man.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Well, I'm gonna respect your time. It's been almost an hour, so I'm gonna let it go here. But guys, again, like, subscribe. I know I haven't been too active on this channel in the last month or so, but things have happened this summer, with my kids and different business things going on. But I'm paying attention back on it, and I've got more guests coming up. So more things in the future. We're gonna get it going on. But nice to meet you, man. Dupree, is really nice to meet you in person, man.
You're welcome, man. You're welcome. Love you guys all. Thanks for watching.
What's that?
I was saying I love them all. Thanks for watching. And supporting your channel. You guys have to subscribe. You need more subscribers. So let's stay here and work here.
That's right. All right, guys. Until next week, we will check out for now. And you guys have a great rest of your day, weekend. Talk to y'all soon.